The following is an exclusive presentation of IMG College. Athletic.
McPhee for three, won't go! Leslie with the follow and a two-handed slammer.
Dynamic.
Leslie attacking, puts it up. Yes! High off the glass, good, and the foul.
Big play.
Shot clock expired. Oh, tell me he didn't make that. He threw up about a 40-footer with one hand. He rattled on the rim 3 or 4 times and fell unbelievable.
And big playmakers.
Leslie to Barnes, wide open, and a two-handed dunk.
This is Georgia basketball. Today's pregame coverage is brought to you by Boswell Oil, keeping Northeast Georgia running smoothly. By Kroger, more value for the way you live. Charter Communications, get the fastest internet speeds in the area with Charter's ultra-fast Ultra 60. Call 888-GET-CHARTER or go to charter.com/ultra for more information. By Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. And by SunTrust, live solid, bank solid. Now to Stegman Coliseum. Alongside Mark Sloniker, here's the voice of the Bulldogs, Scott Howard.
The Georgia Bulldogs have their best pre-conference record in 9 years at 11-2 and have the longest current winning streak in the SEC at 8 games. But the competition becomes a lot more difficult today as the Bulldogs begin conference play against 10th-ranked Kentucky inside sold-out Stegman Coliseum here in Athens. Georgia hasn't won its SEC opener since 2003. The Dogs will try to change that before dinner time tonight as they hope to add Wildcat to the menu. Stay tuned. Here comes the countdown to tip-off. Welcome back, Stegman Coliseum, along with the coach, Mark Sloniker, and our producer-engineer, Tony Schiavone, and our studio host, David Shoemate. Scott Howard with you. SEC opener, Mark. Tell me what's going through the Bulldogs' minds right now as a former coach, a former player, and you're playing the number 10 team in the country, who also happens to be the winningest program in college basketball history.
Yeah, I think for the veterans, they see it as a big opportunity. I think they're psyched. They're ready to play, get out there. The new guys are like, man, a little different energy in the building, a little more intensity. They see the veterans going about their business. So a lot of excitement. That's the key thing.
Hopefully no chance of tightening up as you start off the 16-game conference slate here, Georgia and Kentucky. Today's Boswell Oil Character Spotlight features Kathleen Gates, a senior setter and team captain for Georgia volleyball. She's an exercise and sports science pre-med major. The Wilmington, North Carolina native has served as Director of Awareness for Autism, UGA, volunteered for reading programs and assisted with food collections in the Athens community and also helped with Special Olympics. Kathleen has also been named to the SEC Community Service Team as well as the SEC Academic Honor Roll and Athletic Director's Honor Roll all 3 years of her enrollment at UGA. Boswell Oil keeps Northeast Georgia running smoothly. For more information, visit boswelloil.com. Boswell Oil, reliable and on time. David Shoemate standing by in the Bulldog Network studios. He'll take a look at other SEC action going on today right after this from Anheuser-Busch. Ware picks it up ahead to Leslie. Oh, a tomahawk jammer with one hand. Ware behind the screen from Jackson. Launch along with three. Busted Ware, yes, sir.
This is Georgia
Beat it
basketball.
down low to Price. Jeremy going to take it in. Gorilla dunk. Leslie all alone for some showtime. Oh, a reverse. A high degree of nastiness by Travis Leslie.
Live play-by-play coverage of Bulldog basketball begins now on the Georgia Bulldog Sports Network from IMG College. Today's game is brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. State Farm. All season long, State Farm's proud to be there as your Bulldog sponsor. AirTran. Go. There's nothing stopping you. Boswell Oil, keeping Northeast Georgia running smoothly. By Bulldog Banking from Bank of America. Marathon Petroleum, fueling the American spirit. Your Georgia Ford dealers, built Ford tough. By Kroger, more value for the way you live. Charter Communications, get the fastest internet speeds in the area with Charter's ultra-fast Ultra 60. Call 888-GET-CHARTER or go to charter.com/ultra for more information. Texaco, people who know cars trust the unbeatable cleaning power of Texaco with Techron. By the Georgia Lottery, today could be the day. By AT&T, find out what's possible with the nation's fastest mobile broadband network. AT&T, rethink possible. By Georgia Farm Bureau and Farm Bureau Insurance. Georgia Power, official power source of the Georgia Bulldogs. Regions Bank, official bank of the Southeastern Conference. Verizon, your signal reigns on America's largest and most reliable wireless network. Network, and by SunTrust. Live solid, bank solid. Now, back to courtside. Alongside Mark Sloniker, here's the voice of the Bulldogs, Scott Howard.
Time now for the Georgia Power starting lineups. For energy-saving tips that can save you hundreds of dollars a year, go to GeorgiaPower.com and let the Energy Savings K9 unit sniff out savings for you. First for the visiting Kentucky Wildcats, number 10 in the country, with a record of 12-2, coached by John Calipari. They'll go 6'8", 6'7", 6'3", 6'6", and 6'10 to start the ball game. Brandon Knight at guard, 6'3" freshman from Fort Lauderdale. Darius Miller, a 6'7" junior from Maysville, Kentucky. Terrence Jones, a 6'8" freshman forward from Portland, Oregon. DeAndre Liggins, 6'6" junior from Chicago. Josh Harrelson, 6'10" center from St. Charles, Missouri. The Bulldogs at 11-2. Mark Fox, the head coach, will go with Dustin Ware and Gerald Robinson in the backcourt. Ware at 5'11", Robinson at 6'1". Travis Leslie, the three position, a 6'4" junior guard from Decatur. And across the front line, it's Trey Tompkins, the 6'10" preseason All-SEC and SEC preseason pick for Player of the Year at forward from Lithonia, and Jeremy Price, a 6'8" senior from Decatur. Those are the starting lineups. Tip-off is next. The Dogs and the Wildcats coming up. We'll grade the team from Lowe's right after this from Texaco. Moments away from tip-off here in Athens, the Dogs and the Wildcats. Let's pause for station identification. This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network from IMG College. All right, time now to grade the team, brought to you by Lowe's, the official home improvement retailer of the Georgia Bulldogs. And the coach, Mark Sloniker, is going to grade the Dogs. What are we looking for, Mark?
Well, I'm really going to zero in on, Scott, is the rebounding margin. Even though Kentucky only plays 6 guys predominantly, they still like to run the basketball. We must get on the offensive glass, stymie their runs, maybe stuff some of their defensive rebounders. But also, we've got to keep them off the offensive glass. They get 13 offensive rebounds a game. We have to make every possession difficult for them to score. Can't give them easy baskets when they're off the glass.
They lead the SEC in total rebounds, along with scoring and margin of victory and three-point percentage. Also, one of the numbers I thought was interesting, first in the league in defensive rebound percentage. They get almost 73% of available defensive rebounds. That's a load.
They don't give you much opportunity. They're long, they're big, they're tough, but we've got to get there. Travis Leslie is a difficult guy to box out. He's got to get in the offensive glass. I think this is the kind of game that Jeremy Price is really going to make a difference in this game. We get our high-low going with Trey on the perimeter, Jeremy going to work down low, getting some of their big guys in foul trouble. Jeremy's kind of the guy for me, kind of a wild card guy tonight.
Dogs in white walking out onto the floor. White shirts, white pants, red shoes. Kentucky in blue tops and blue pants and blue shoes. Most of them have blue socks on as well. Our officials tonight, or this afternoon, Joe Lindsay, Antonio Petty, and Terry Moore. And Stegman Coliseum is just about completely full here on this Saturday afternoon. And we're ready for the conference opener. Jeremy Price, a 6'8" senior from Decatur, in the center circle to jump for the Bulldogs. It'll be Terrence Jones, the 6'8" freshman from Portland, Oregon, a McDonald's All-American, to jump for Kentucky. Joe Lindsay has the ball in hand. Here's the toss and the tip, and we are underway. Batted around by both teams. Kentucky controls. They have it from left to right as we view it from our courtside position next to the Georgia bench. Dogs open in man-to-man defense. They go into Jones. A jump hook with the left hand over Tompkins is short. Rebounded by Travis Leslie, and the Dogs have their first offensive possession. Working right to left in the front court. Robinson, top of the key now to Leslie. Bounces it inside. Knocked away, almost stolen. Now Harrelson will go to the floor. They'll tie it up. Call a jump ball or a foul?
Jump ball.
All right. Josh Harrelson, the 6'10" senior transfer from Southwestern Illinois College. In his third season at Kentucky, and he's finally emerging in his senior season. Dogs with the ball. We have the arrow. Here's Tompkins between the circles, right side to Ware. Dustin pulls the ball down, fires to Robinson with 10 on the shot clock. Ware now right wing. Lobs it in low. They double team, knock it loose from Tompkins, and it rolled off Trey's leg, says Terry Moore, the official on the far side of the floor. Kentucky deflected the ball, hit Trey, and rolled out of bounds on the far side of the court. Catch balls, they bring it into the front court with Brandon Knight, the 6'3 freshman. Try to go down low, it's reached around and stolen by Ware. Dogs took it away. Ware anticipated the pass beautifully, came right around the Kentucky player and batted the ball, and the Dogs have it again with a chance to score. Here's Ware, top of the key, go to Leslie on the right wing. Travis going to put it on the floor, kick it out to Ware, send it to Robinson on the left side. A little more than a minute gone, no score. Robinson, dribble drive, down the right side, scoop up and in, good. He went right around DeAndre Liggins and took it to the rack and scored first points of the ball game. Now Liggins drives, feeds Harrelson. We block it, ball bouncing loose, picked up by Jones. He's stripped. Ware has it up the floor, right to left. No look dish to the right. Here's Robinson with a dunk after the feed from Dustin Ware. John Calipari is irate and a timeout. Dogs with an early 4-0 lead. Good start for the Dogs.
Great job, active on the boards down here.
Dogs and Kentucky 4-0, 30-second timeout. We'll take it too. Back in a moment after this 30-second break. Dogs lead at 4-0. Cats with the ball. Harrelson far side of the floor. Rotate it Miller. Here's Miller going to dribble with left hand. Spin at the left elbow. Lost it. Picked it back up. They go to Liggins. Liggins works against Robinson. Left corner of the paint. Throws up a wild shot. No good. Off the iron. Picked up on the bounce by Dustin Ware. Dogs push it up the floor. Leading Kentucky 4-0. Just a little more than 2 minutes gone. Going to Tompkins. Dribble. Bank shot. Good. Right in front of the basket. Trey with his first points. The Dogs have a 6-0 lead.
We didn't force it inside that time. We gave him a chance to get open.
Ball fake above the arc by Terrence Jones. Then he tries to drive to the basket. He walks with the ball. Cats turn it over again. Georgia will get it with a 6-0 lead. 17:46 showing on the clock first half. Now Kentucky's going to come up, play a little defense in the Georgia backcourt. Tompkins throws it in from the near side to Ware. We got Big Miller on him. Get it across the timeline to Robinson. Robinson to the rack. Splits the defense. A whistle and a foul. They get Josh Harrelson for a hack. 6'10 center for Kentucky. Picks up his first foul. Deron Lamb will check in, one of the 3 McDonald's All-Americans on this Kentucky roster. It'll be Robinson at the line for the Dogs. Gerald Robinson, a 6'1 junior from Nashville, and the free throw is off the rim and no good. And that's been the bane of Gerald's game this season. 52% from the line for a guy that was 76% at Tennessee State in his first 2 years of college basketball.
Let's hope we can correct it and correct it soon. Right now, the bigs from Kentucky are so hanging on our 2 big guys so much and not offering any help. Gerald Robinson's picking that apart and attacking the rim so far.
Robinson makes 1 out of 2, and the Dogs have a 7-0 lead. Cats with the ball. Harrelson outside the arc, left side. They go to Lamb. He's a terrific three-point shooter. We left him unguarded, and he knocked it down for their first points of the game.
Instant offense off the bench, but he did a great back screen. We had a help as we scrambled through. Popped himself wide open because he set a great screen.
Tompkins for 3, short, nicks the iron right side. Rebound goes to Lamb. Lamb leads the SEC in three-point percentage, over 52% from distance. Miller will try a 3. Another good one straight away, and just like that, it's 7-6. Darius Miller with his first points. They're 1-2 in the league in three-point percentage, by the way, and we just saw proof of that. Dogs by a point. We've got the ball. Working right to left. Here's Robinson around the screen from Tompkins. Picks up the dribble in the circle. Goes to Leslie. Bobbles it. Dribbling through traffic, and they fouled it. They get Liggins for that?
Sure did. Right now, I like it. Gerald Robinson, Travis Leslie, both are putting that ball on the floor and attacking that rim, trying to get through the seams right there. A young Kentucky team reaching in, not active, and getting our post so much attention. Could bode well for the Dogs as the game goes on.
Travis Leslie shooting free throws for the Dogs. He's one of the best in the league so far, 81%, and he strips the nets on his first opportunity for his first point of the ball game, and it's 8-6 Georgia. The Dogs scored the first 7 of the contest, and then Kentucky hit back-to-back threes. Leslie hits a pair of foul shots, 9-6 Dogs, with 16:38 to go in half number 1. In the SEC opener, it's a grind for the next 2.5 months. Here's Lamb across the paint, kick out right corner 3 is off the iron, no good by Brandon Knight. Rebound goes to Price for the Dogs. Give it to Ware. Diagonal far side into the front court. Jeremy straight away sends the ball to Leslie on the left baseline. Takes it inside. Shot blocked by Harrelson. Kentucky saves it from out of bounds. Now they sprint it up the floor with Liggins. Throws it no look into the corner. Hooked the pass over his head into the corner. Now another three by Kentucky. Hits flat. Darius Miller missed it. Falls off the edge of the rim and is rebounded by Georgia. Cats are firing up the threes. They've hit 2 so far. It's 9-6 Dogs. Georgia with the ball. Here's Ware. Bounce pass to Price. A little out of his range. He was only about 5 feet from him, and he couldn't get him the ball. We turn it over. Uncontested turnover right there. And a timeout with 15:48 to go. Half number 1. It's Georgia by 3. 9-6 over 10th ranked Kentucky. Now this from IMG College. Scott Howard, Mark Sloniker, Tony Schiavone back here at sold-out Stegman Coliseum. Georgia and Kentucky in the conference opener. The Dogs with an early 9-6 lead on the Wildcats. And, Coach, the Dogs got off to a good start with Gerald Robinson, but what are they doing since the first 2 points?
Well, I think right now the game has settled down a little bit, but the great thing, our guards are very active on defense tonight. They're getting involved on the glass. Coach Fox has usually subbed a lot by now already. He's now making his first substitution at the media timeout with Chris Barnes coming in. So, again, I like the tempo of the game. We're looking inside to our post players. We're seizing the opportunity to drive to the hole. We've lost them twice in transition. They made 2 shots so far, and that's the beauty of the three-point shot. It can keep you close, keep you in a game. But really, we've outplayed them probably 8 or 9 possessions. For those 2 possessions they've made the threes on. So, great start for the Dogs. The tempo's along our way. And the things that we need to do to win this game, we're doing so far.
We'll be on the lookout throughout the game for the Comcast triple play of the game. Also, we'll be selecting before the game's end the State Farm player of the game. Georgia and Kentucky. Cats with the ball. They drive on the baseline left side. That's Deron Lamb. Makes the basket, and we foul. Count the bucket. And a foul on Chris Barnes, who had just checked into the ball game after the timeout. First foul on Georgia. And Lamb with a quick burst running from the left side. A 6'4 freshman from Queens, New York. Played at the basketball factory known as Oak Hill Academy. Knocks down the foul shot, and a three-point play ties it up at 9. 9-9 ball game. Dogs with the ball. Here's Robinson across the timeline into the front court. Skip it to Leslie. We feed it down low to Tompkins. Contact, leans in, missed the bank shot. Barnes with a rebound, and the putback from the left side of the rim. Barnes breaks the tie. It's 11-9 Georgia. Kentucky wastes no time getting it into the front court. Cats with the ball. Terrence Jones with a dribble. One of the freshman All-American players. Probably a freshman All-American. He was a McDonald's All-American out of high school. A floater with a left hand good. Right down the lane, and Jones with his first points of the contest. It's 11-all.
And what makes it tough there, Trey's got him up there. He's really got to contain the left-hand dribble because the other guys on the perimeter got to stay home with those great shooters so Jones can drive you from the top of the key.
Maybe we can make him go right, and he'll miss everything. Here's Robinson off a curl inside the arc. Missed the long 2. Rebounded by Josh Harrelson, who dropped it and then picked it up. Liggins has it for Kentucky through the paint. Feeds Harrelson, leans in, and missed the lay-in attempt. We tried to draw a charge with Barnes, who got crushed by big Josh Harrelson. And they call the foul on the Dogs. Second on Barnes. And that'll get Jeremy Price back into the ball game. Chris trying to shake off the cobwebs. He took a shot to the face.
I didn't get a good look at it, but Chris Barnes is our guy that will always try to take a charge. I just couldn't get a look to see if he was there or not. But that's a man. He's going to sacrifice his body all the time.
Harrelson, 10 out of 11 from the line this year, 91%. Missed that one too hard off the back iron. Dogs get Marcus Thornton, the freshman, into the ball game, and Jeremy Price checks back in. Harrelson, who's really turned around his game, Mark. He's actually making a dent on the floor now. He's just been a very rarely used bench player to this point. He missed both free throws.
He's had a great season. He challenged Coach Calipari with a tweet that he wasn't getting enough praise for all the hard work he's put in, but they awarded him lately. He's playing great basketball.
We go down low to Tompkins, turns on the baseline, knocks down the 10-footer on the turnaround, and got fouled as well. Count the basket, to the line for one.
That's a great decision by Trey. Turn and pivot quick before the double team can come. Tonight, Kentucky is definitely going to double and triple team them. Chris Barnes got an offensive rebound stick back before because Trey draws so much attention. Double teams, other guys get benefit off that play right there. But Trey turned and spun so quick, no time to double him.
Tompkins' free throw is up and in, good. 5 points for Trey. The foul was on Brandon Knight, his first, and Kentucky's third. Dogs lead it by 14 now, or by a score of 14-11. I wish it was 14. Runner by Knight through the lane, no good. Offensive boards, tapped up again. Dogs corral it, but Tompkins apparently stepped out of bounds on the left baseline with it, says Terry Moore. No, that's Antonio Petty that made the call. Says it's Kentucky basketball.
Ooh.
They were looking at the replay at the video board. I didn't see it.
He missed that one. They missed that one. He did not lose the ball out of bounds.
That's a cat call. They get a few of those.
Occasionally.
Big Blue. Miller, ball fake, throws it down inside, tapped out of bounds, deflected out by Georgia under the basket. Kentucky will get it again. Dogs lead it by 3, 14-11. Lamb to inbound, left of the basket. They throw it into Jones, up the wing to Knight. Knight with a dribble, high post, they go to Jones. Keep it out on the edge, Lamb for 3, no good. Rebound, Tompkins, he got fouled going up for the ball. They got the foul on Darius Miller for Kentucky, the 6'7 junior out of Maysville, Kentucky. Whistled for his first foul. Team's fourth, Dogs ball, leading it 14-11. First half, 3:44 to go. Robinson into the front court for the Dogs. Nearly walked for the ball. He's killed his dribble. Now Thornton bails him out. Get it back to Robinson. Skip it to Price. Slashing through is Leslie, and a left-hand layup good. Travis beat his man and got to the backboard easily for it. Up and in. 16-11 Dogs. Knight, right corner for Kentucky to Lamb. Sidesteps his man, drives to the basket and lays it up and in. He gave Travis a move and got right by him and went to the rack. Lamb's pretty good.
He is, and Trey couldn't really give him much help. Now he was tangled up with his man on the post with Jones. Couldn't really offer help right there.
16-13. Dogs lead by 3. Thornton dribbles it around the perimeter, hands it off to Robinson on the left side. Cats in a man-to-man defense. It's Tompkins back to Robinson now. Skip it down to Jeremy on the right low block. He moves closer to the basket, missed the up and in. He had Vargas defending and traveling the call of Kentucky as they tried to run it out in a hurry. Threw it to Lamb coming in from the left side, headed under the basket. He caught the pass, but he forgot the dribble. He took about 4 or 5 steps and walked with the ball, and they give it right back to the Dogs. 16-13, Georgia leads, 12:45 to go, first half. Gerard Brantley's going to check in for Georgia. Travis Leslie will come out.
Yeah, we've been playing a big lineup right there with Travis at the 2, Marcus Thornton at the 3. We'll go small right now with Brantley and Ware in the backcourt. We'll see how Kentucky tried to post up Dustin Ware last time. They got big guards in there right now. That's what they do when they come down at our end. So they'll post up Brantley and Ware.
Dogs by 3. Tompkins with the ball, top of the key. Go to Brantley on the left side. Skip it down low to Price. Leans in against the double team. They strip him and knock it out of bounds. It'll be Georgia basketball. 21 on the shot clock and 31 to play here in half number 1. Georgia with a 3-point lead. Brantley a no-look inbounds to Ware in the right corner. Dribbles it away from Brandon Knight, who's guarding. Tompkins above the arc on the right side. Down low to Thornton. Thornton up and off the back iron, no good. The freshman got a pretty good look at it in some traffic inside, but missed it. Cats with a rebound. Knight with a ball on the right side. Works against Ware. Down the lane. Right-hander good. He got a crossover and got by Dustin. Got just a slight edge and got a good look at the bucket and made the shot.
That's a tough cover for Dustin. Knight's got some size on him and some quickness. Dustin's got to fight everything he can to keep him in front of him.
Brandon Knight, third in the league in scoring in the non-conference portion of the schedule. Dogs will shoot it with Ware for 3. That's short from the right side. We lead by 1 right now. Cats with a rebound on the missed jumper by Ware. Left corner, Lamb runs baseline, fires it out front to Knight. Knight positioning his players on the floor. Liggins with contact from Thornton. They give it to Jones for a three. That's short. Rebound Ware. Long pass up ahead to Tompkins. Puts it on the floor. He got fouled, made the shot. Count the bucket, to the line for one.
Great lead pass from Dustin Ware. I love it when our guards rebound. They can trigger the fast break. Great job by the Dogs.
That could be triple play worthy from the Comcast triple play. Timeout with Georgia leading 18-15. 11:23 to go in the first half. Back to the Dogs and the Cats after this from AT&T. Georgia leads 18-15 over Kentucky. Dog fans, Bentley's popcorn now available at all Georgia basketball games. Kettle roasted, rich, sophisticated, just like Tony Schiavone, and oh so delicious. Bentley's popcorn, America's luxury snack. Hey, coming up after the play-by-play tonight, it'll be the AT&T call of the game, and we'll also hear in the post-game plenty of highlights for you, the Texaco star play of the game, and hopefully that's going to be a winning play for Georgia as the Bulldogs off to a good start against the 10th-ranked Wildcats. We scored the first 7 of the ball game, and Kentucky has yet to find a lead. We're still relatively early, 11:23 to go in the first half, and Georgia has a 3-point lead, Mark.
Yeah, I like the fact that our guards are rebounding. We're definitely out-rebounding them so far. Our transition defense has been excellent. We're getting the looks that we want to get down there. Again, playing good basketball. We anticipated a really good game today, and we have not been disappointed so far.
Trey Tompkins will be at the line. He was fouled in the act of making a shot just before the timeout. Second 3-point opportunity for the Bulldog Junior from Lithonia. 18-15, Georgia by 3. Tompkins to make it a 4-point Georgia lead. Free throw on the way, and it is all net good. Tompkins with 8. Dante Williams will check in for Georgia, and Trey will get a breather and get a hand from Stacy Palmore, one of Georgia's assistant coaches on the bench to our right. 19-15, Dogs by 4. Cats with the ball. Brandon Knight handling the dribble. Guarded by Dustin Ware. Knight with a high right-hand dribble on the right wing. Send it down low. Inside to Miller. Miller covered up by Dante Williams. Then a tie-up and a screen out by the broadcaster. As the head coach of Georgia was in my way, I didn't really see what
they went right at Dante Williams. I felt like Miller could post him up. A great help by Travis Leslie. And he was able to get his hands in there, get the double grab, and for the jump ball, so it's Kentucky's possession right there.
So the Cats with the arrow after the tie-up. 11:05 to go, first half. 16 to shoot on this possession for Kentucky. Into Miller, head fake, and turns around, spins in the paint, and gets a foul called. They got 15, Dante Williams on the call. I think Jeremy thought they were going to whistle him because he was right there on top of it too. But they pick up the freshman. Williams for the foul, and it'll be foul shots. Darius Miller shooting for Kentucky, 80% from the line this season. Miller free throw, good. 19-16. Georgia by 3. Miller, a 6'7" junior, makes them both. 22 out of 27 for the year. And full court pressure now coming from Kentucky. We've got Ware trapped in the far corner, and he had to call a timeout. He got covered up by a double team and a trap. We call a 30-second timeout. We'll take it along with the Bulldogs, leading Kentucky 19-17. Back after this 30-second timeout. Dogs inbound from the same spot where we called timeout, far corner, with Jeremy Price. Now Robinson drops it off in the center circle to Ware. We run our offense in the half court. Robinson ran the baseline, sneaked all the way under, and a reverse lay-in. It hung on the iron, and I think you got credit. We had a guy trying to tap it in, but I think it went for Gerald. It's 21-17. Kentucky through the paint, got away with a walk. Kick out right side, 3, good by Liggins. Liggins with his first 3, third of the game for the Cats. It's 21-20. Georgia by 1. With the ball, here's Dante Williams, top of the key. We go on the right side to Gerald Robinson. He uses the screen, dribbles left side of the floor, drops it down low to Leslie. He'll dribble it across. Floater with a right hand, good. He got right in front of the bucket and just jumped and hit a soft little 6-7 footer right in front of the basket. 23-20 Georgia.
Travis and Gerald are attacking that rim tonight.
Here's Miller attacking against our freshman Williams. He missed the shot. Harrelson with the rebound. The putback bounces on the rim twice, and he got it to fall. Harrelson with his first bucket of the ball game. It's 23-22. Back and forth we go. Dogs with a 1-point lead. 9:40 to play. Opening half for the SEC opener. Here's Price, right side to Robinson. Robinson dribbles from the right wing, top of the key, feeds Ware on the left side. Ware skips it into Leslie's triple team. Back out to Dustin, launches a three. Good! Inside, outside, Ware with his first points. Dogs' first three of the ball game, 26-22 Georgia. Catch ball, here's Brandon Knight holding, spinning the ball in his hand. Now he dribbles with the left hand, goes to Miller. Miller dribbles through traffic, lost the ball in the paint. Got it, kicked it out to Knight. He may have traveled again. Puts it up from the foul line. No good. Three white shirts rebound it. Jeremy Price comes down with the ball. Ware slowly into the front court. Walks it across. Gets instructions from Mark Fox. 26-22. Georgia by 4. Williams with a pass to Leslie. Slashing across. Missed the lay-in. Got the rebound. Right side baseline jumper. Leslie with 8 points now as he knocks down another soft toucher. 28-22. Georgia by 6.
Great job by Jeremy Price keeping that ball alive on the offensive glass. We said in the pregame, we've got to get on the offensive glass. Got us 2 points right there.
Dog students making noise, and they call a blocking foul on Gerald Robinson. Joe Lindsey always looks like he's mad as his mother when he's making those calls. He's got a very businesslike look on his face as they whistle Robinson for the foul. His first and the team's fourth. Cats ball. Down by 6. Lamb far side to Knight. Penetrates, kick out right side. Miller hesitates in the lane. Missed the lay-in attempt. Rebound tapped out. Knight got it on the right baseline. Knight with a feed to Lamb. Down the lane, up and in. Good. Here comes the jacket from Mark Fox. It's all serious now.
Yeah, it looks like a couple of travel calls we were trying to get. Didn't get, but Coach Fox not happy about it, so get the jacket off. Let's get going.
28-24, Dogs by 4. Georgia's got the basketball. Ware looks right, feeds Robinson. Down the pike, tried to dump it left side to Leslie. It's deflected out of bounds by Kentucky, and that'll take us to a media timeout. 7:52 to go. Half number 1, it's Georgia 28, Kentucky 24. We'll be back to Stegman Coliseum right after this from AirTran.
David Shumay back inside the IMG College Network studios. Let's check the Charter on-demand scoreboard. You can get the fastest internet speeds in the area with Charter's Ultra Fast Ultra 60. Call 888-GET-CHARTER or go to charter.com/ultra for more information. We check in on the top 25 where upsets have been the flavor of the day already. 4 ranked teams have gone down. Number 18, Michigan State loses to Penn State 66-62. Oklahoma State by 14 over number 17, Kansas State. Also saw an upset in the nation's capital. Number 13, Georgetown beaten by West Virginia 65-59. Number 9, Missouri housed at Colorado 89-76. And guys at the half, number 8, Connecticut trails number 12, Texas 37-32. When you get into conference play, it's a bit of a different game.
Thank you, David. 7:52 to go. First half, 28-24. Georgia leads Kentucky. Make sure you tune in every Monday night to the Bulldog Hotline with Coach Mark Fox, brought to you by Applebee's in Athens. The show will be live from Applebee's in Athens on most Monday nights. However, this Monday night we will not be with our friends at Applebee's. However, we will have the Bulldog Hotline from 8 to 10 o'clock. So make sure you tune in. Dogs inbound to our left in the front court with a 4-point lead. Here's Tompkins across to Ware. Ware above the arc, ball fake. Gives it back to Trey between the circles. He's guarded by Darius Miller. Go back to Robinson, 7 on the clock. Robinson, hard dribble drive, kick out to Ware. Bobbled it, 3 on the clock, 2 on the clock. Dustin forces it up, air ball, and a shot clock violation. And it'll be Cats basketball.
I think Gerald didn't realize how much space he had between him and the rim there. He could have gotten one more dribble. He kicked out of Dustin a little bit prematurely there. Probably could have gotten another dribble in and gotten to the rim. But good defense by Kentucky that time.
Cats with the ball. They'll walk it up the floor left to right with Brandon Knight, their 6'3" freshman All-American guard. Feeds Lamb into the left corner. Ball fake. DeAndre Liggins going to drive across. Jump pass to Jones coming in from the right side. Throws it out on the perimeter. Knight back to Jones. Works against Jeremy Price in the lane. Floater won't go with a left hand. Rebound taken away by the Cats. They get it back to Lamb. He'll pump fake and dunk it. Terrence Jones with 4 points now. 28-26. Georgia by 2. Cats have yet to lead. 6:50 to play in the half.
Good hustle play by Miller right there. Looked like we had the rebound. Chipped it from Jeremy Price. Found Jones inside. That was good action by Kentucky. Good hustle play there.
Robinson has it for the Dogs. Leslie inside the arc. Long jumper won't go. Off the iron. Rebounded by Knight for the Cats. Brandon Knight on the run. Throws it to Jones. And a charge called on the freshman Terrence Jones. Dustin Ware taking the charge for the Bulldogs. That's 2 fouls on Terrence Jones now. And he'll come out of the ball game. Coach Cal not a happy camper as Jones heads to the bench.
Great job by Dustin Ware. It's always a tough call out there. You got to give the offensive player a chance to catch, come down in a step. It's always a gray area, but good job by Dustin. Just enough space here to draw the charge.
Travis Leslie tried to dribble above the arc. Joe Lindsay blowing the whistle down on the baseline and going to call an offensive foul on the Dogs. I think he got Trey Tompkins trying to spread out and make some room down position in the post. Trey trying to get an explanation. Picks up his first foul. Dogs by 2. Cats have the ball. Lamb, top of the key to Miller. They rotate it left side to Knight. Go back to Miller down low. Works against Tompkins. Steps into the paint. Right-hander. Rattles out. No good. Harrelson just bullying over people to try to get that rebound. Ware ended up face down on the floor. The ball ends up out of bounds. Last touch, says Antonio Petty, by Georgia. It'll be Cats' ball as Robinson comes out of the ball game. Marcus Thornton back in for the Bulldogs.
Well, the first part of this game, Kentucky wasn't that aggressive on the offensive glass, but they are coming hard now. Our guys have really got to control. That's 2 in a row. Looked like we had control of the defensive rebound, but couldn't corral it throughout the possession. Kentucky kept playing it, kept the ball alive for their favor.
Liggins crossover by Thornton. Runner won't go off the iron. Whistle and a foul. Got to get the Bulldog freshman for his first foul. 6th team foul. 2 free throws coming up for the 6'6" junior from Chicago, DeAndre Liggins, who this season has career highs in points, rebounds, assists, steals, minutes, and blocks. He's getting more time as he misses the free throw. It's hard to get court time with all those NBA guys they had last year.
It sure was, no doubt about it. He's a good player, a little temperamental at times, but a very good player. Plays hard, like his energy and passion for the game.
He missed a pair of free throws, but Harrelson got the rebound. He got the rebound on the missed free throw. They missed them both, but Kentucky keeps it alive. That's why Harrelson's on the floor. Heads up plays like that.
They're closing that rebound margin. We were up 3 or 4 rebounds on that. They got it back down to 1.
2-point lead for the Dogs. Liggins tries to leap from the foul line just about. He went right down the right side of the lane. He tried to measure it, missed the shot, rebounded by Price for the Dogs. Ware has it now for Georgia. Dogs with a 2-point lead. Go to Tompkins. Tompkins in the circle. The jumper is good from 16. Trey in double figures now with 10 points, and the Dogs lead it by 4, 30-26.
That's a good answer to the little Kentucky run they had right there. Get the ball to Trey Tompkins.
Nice entry pass, jumped and tapped by Ware. Holy smokes, and they whistled a foul as they went for the loose ball. My goodness.
Yeah, Dustin, a nice deflection, good defense, and both players are going for the ball right there. Usually most officials let that one go. They called on Dustin.
Ware with a foul, his first, team 7th. It's bonus time now for the Cats. 1-1 coming up. Ware out of the ball game. Robinson back in. And at the foul line will be Brandon Knight, who's a 78% shooter. 47 out of 60 from the line this season. Knight with 2 points in the ball game so far. That free throw is no good. Cats are missing their free throws today, as Knight missed that one. The front end of the 1-1. The Dogs rebound with Thornton. Robinson has it. He'll work the point for the Bulldogs. Georgia by 4. Robinson to Leslie. Leslie kills the dribble, looks at the 3, doesn't take it, sends it into Tompkins. He'll hesitate, and a turn fade. Good over Darius Miller. Right side jumper by Trey Tompkins. He's got 12 and a scowl on his face. 32-26, Dogs by 6. Here's Lamb through the edge of the paint. Right corner, they kick it. Miller back out to Knight now. Kentucky with the ball. 4:37 to go on the clock. Georgia students making some racket. Liggins launches a 3 off the iron. No good. Rebounded Leslie. Outlet to Robinson, up the far sideline for the Bulldogs. Gerald, behind the back dribble, hesitates, gets in the paint, rotates, hands off to Leslie, intercepted by Kentucky. Cats want to run, 5 wide. Lamb, spin move in the lane, missed the lay-in. Rebounded by Barnes, they ripped it away, lost it out of bounds. Harrelson tried to tug it away from Barnes, but he couldn't possess the basketball. He lost it out of bounds, and the Dogs will have it.
Yeah, I like the fact Coach Fox has put Chris Barnes back in the game. You know, he had 2 fouls. Coach Fox, typically, when you get your second foul, he doesn't play the rest of the half. But tonight, for the magnitude of this game and the battle and all the intensity, all the tough play on the post, he's put Chris Barnes back in the game, and Chris is making an impact, coming back and he's keeping up his aggressiveness with 2 fouls.
Dogs with the ball, leading it by 6. Robinson inside the arc will spot up and pop one. No good. Rebounded by Price. Leads back in. Oh, missed it at point blank. Pass intercepted on the wing. Oh, did he save it from out of bounds? No, a behind the back pass falling out of bounds, but Joe Lindsey said he caught the sideline on the far side of the floor. It'll be Cats ball after the timeout. 3:58 to go, first half. Georgia leads Kentucky 32-26. Back in a moment. Now this from Anheuser-Busch. 32-26, Georgia by 6. This scoring recap's brought to you by Regions Bank. Georgia scored the first 7 of the ball game. Then Kentucky hit back-to-back threes. They got to within 1, but Georgia has held the lead for the entire half, other than 2 ties at 9-9 and 11-11. Kentucky has not had a lead here in the first half, and Georgia with a 6-point cushion right now, leading the way for the Bulldogs. On the score sheet, Trey Tompkins with 12, Travis Leslie with 8, and the high scorer for Kentucky is the freshman Deron Lamb with 10 points, the only Wildcat in double figures. Cats struggling from the line early on. They're a 70% free throw shooting team, one of the better teams in the conference, but marked just 3 of 8 here in the first half from the line.
And Jones drags down their free throw percentage. The other guys besides Jones are excellent free throw shooters, but credit the Dogs' defense. We held them to 37% from the floor. We're shooting a sizzling 52% from the floor, and that's with Jeremy Price missing 2 layups. So, you know, we're getting the ball where we want. We're taking high percentage shots, and we're doing our job on defense.
Cats put John Hood, a 6'7 sophomore, into the ball game for the first time. Here's Lamb with a crossover. He carried the ball out on the wing as Ware was defending. And the Cats, unforced turnover right there, give it back to the Dogs and a chance to take our biggest lead of the contest. We got to convert, though. We're up by 6. Thornton has it left wing for Georgia, works against Hood. Top of the key to Tompkins, holds one hand, passes to the wing to Ware. Back to Gerald, one dribble top of the key, go to Thornton, trying to get it put down in low to Trey Tompkins, who's trying to post up against Miller. We'll try the other side with Price. He's double-teamed. Out to Trey, who's above the arc now with 13 to shoot. Back to Ware, screened by Tompkins, not much of one. Ware dribbles through traffic, curls around, goes to Thornton. He'll catch and shoot. Three-pointer! Marcus Thornton, his first one of the year. That's the AirTran Nothing But Net Escape shot. Sign up for Net Escape's email special at airtran.com. 35-26, Dogs by 9. Hood holds for the Cats, goes to Miller straight away, send it left side to Brandon Knight. Knight going to dribble drive, tuck it and run, finger roll good, right to the rack. Brandon Knight just cradled that ball in his arm and then unfurled it and rolled it in right over the front edge of the rim.
He's been pretty quiet so far tonight. On his 4th point, he's the kind of kid who can take over a game. We've got to be careful, got to be able to contain him.
35-28, Dog by a touchdown. Long 3 by Tompkins, won't go, rebounded by Hood. Cats pull it down. 2:32 to play in the half. Georgia's up by 7. Cats with the ball. Knight lobs it into the right low block to Miller. Pass it out on the wing. Oh, nifty play. Steal by Robinson. Now he's going to dribble it up the floor. Slowly diagonally across to the far side. He jumps, intercepted the pass. Feeds it inside now to Tompkins. He's covered up completely. Forces one off the iron. No good. He had 4 blue shirts around it.
We normally don't take bad shots, and Trey doesn't take bad shots, but he definitely forced out. I was hoping the official would bail him out. Good, strong defense by Kentucky. Bad decision by Trey. Should have kicked it out for one of our perimeter guys.
Hood with the ball for the Wildcats. Go back to Lamb now. The other freshman, Knight, flashes out, holds between the circles, guarded by Robinson. 13 to shoot for Kentucky. Lamb trying to set a screen so he can shoot. Miller puts a hip into Ware. Lamb attacks, spin move in the paint. Missed the one-hander, rebounded by Price. Jeremy needs some help. He dribbles, gives it to Ware. Lamb almost stole it in the backcourt. Lamb's all over him now. Reach-around foul going to be called by Joe Lindsay, and it happened right in front of him. Right at half court, Duron Lamb picks up his first foul. Bonus time for the Bulldogs now.
Yeah, Lamb showed he was a freshman there. He got away with a bump and that extra reach. Got him right there.
He was relentless, and he finally got the whistle against him. Ware to the line for the 1-and-1 for the Dogs. Clock stopped with 1:33 to go in the half. Georgia 35, Kentucky 28. 1-and-1 for Dustin, 76% from the line for the junior from Powder Springs, 19 of 25. Free throw up and in good. Ware with 4 points in the ball game. He's only scored 7 in his last 3 games prior to tonight. We need a few more from Dustin. 36-28 Georgia. Ware dribbles, free throw, good. He hit them both. He's got 5. The Dogs lead by 9. 37-28, matching our big lead of the game. Ball loose, diving on the floor with it. Kentucky going to throw it out of bounds as Liggins tried to spin on his back, sliding, and get it to Harrelson. Never could possess it. Ball went bouncing out in the far corner, and it's Georgia basketball with 1:24 to go.
I think our half-court, three-quarter court trap surprised Kentucky. They weren't ready for it. Well, they were going to get a steal here at half court, knocked it loose. Good job by Coach Fox calling that defense right there. Surprised Kentucky.
Dogs with a 9-point lead, looking for more here as we near a minute to go in the half. Ware dribbles slowly near the half-court line. Robinson curls around to take a pass. He feeds Leslie in the circle. Travis going to dribble with the left hand, take it with the left hand, miss the lay-in down the left side. We save the rebound. Go inside to Tompkins, and a whistle and a foul. We got Vargas, Eloy Vargas, a 6'11 junior. He's a transfer from the Dominican Republic. Played at Florida his freshman year, then at Miami-Dade Community College, and now at Kentucky. He commits the foul. And Tompkins to the line for Georgia. Try to give the Dogs their first double-digit lead of the ball game.
That was a great job. Travis Leslie again attacking the rim tonight, draws 2 defenders. They have 1 Kentucky guy trying to box out our 2 bigs on the backside board. And that got us an opportunity to get Trey to the free throw line.
Tompkins got a lot of iron, almost kicked off, but it went. And we're up by 10, 38-28. One more free throw for Trey with 63 seconds to go in the first half. Sold out crowd gets quiet. Tompkins hits the free throws. Trey 4 for 4 from the line. 14 points in the half for the big man. Minute to play. We're up by 11. Big lead of the ball game. Cats beat our pressure. Get it into the front court. Lamb to Miller. Floater from 10. Won't go. Rebound back to Miller. And he's back up and in with a right hand. Good. He got the lucky bounce. It went right back to Miller, and he was persistent. Got the bucket. 39-30 the score.
About 8-second difference here in the shot clock for the half go out. Got a set design play that we hadn't run yet tonight. Let's see if we can execute it.
Robinson dribbles slowly, high on the left wing, guarded by Duron Lamb. He's not putting any pressure on him. We're watching the clock tick down. 14 to shoot, now 12 on the shot clock, 19 on the game clock. Robinson dribbles, gets a screen from Price. He speeds down the right side of the lane. Lay-in won't go. A tap-in is good, but it came well after the whistle, and there's going to be a foul on Kentucky. And they got Vargas again. I guess we know why he's in the ballgame.
Kentucky has not done a good job tonight guarding our high pick and roll. Most teams will double that and show really hard. They have nothing right there, and that just been freeing Joe Robinson to turn the corner and get into the paint is where good things are going to happen for the Dogs.
Robinson at the line. The Bulldog junior free throw is up and in good. Gerald with 8 points here in the half, 2 out of 3 from the line. Dante Williams in, Trey Tompkins out. Gets a hand as he goes to the bench with only 14 seconds left in the half, and the Dogs lead it by 10 again, 40-30. Robinson to match the big lead, and he does. Barely moved the net on that foul shot. 9 points for Gerald Robinson. Crowd trying to blow the roof off this place here in the half. We're up by 11, 41-30. Cats, final possession of the half, 5 to go. Brandon Knight looking for a shot, drives right side, won't go. Follow, no good, into the half. Nearly yanked the rim down at the end of the half, but that is it. Zeros on the clock, first 20 minutes in the book, and a good 20 it was for Georgia as the Dogs have their biggest lead of the half line going into the locker room, 41-30.
Can't say enough good things about our perimeter defense. It's obviously the best our perimeter guys have played all year. The drill drive offense is very difficult to guard. Our guys are controlling the boards, getting the ball where we want on offense. Great first half for the Dogs.
David Shoemate standing by at our network studios. It's halftime in Athens. Georgia 41, Kentucky 30. Now this from AT&T.
It's halftime on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network from IMG College. And time to check the Charter Communications scoreboard. Get the fastest internet speeds in the area with Charter's ultra-fast Ultra 60. Call 888-GET-CHARTER or go to charter.com/ultra for more information. From the IMG College Network studios, here's David Shoemate.
The Dogs lead number 10 Kentucky by 11 at the break, 41-30. Let's dive right into the day in the SEC as conference play begins. They're at the half in Starkville. Alabama with a slim 1-point lead on Mississippi State right now. It's 27-26, the tie down in front. No one has more than 6 points for either team. 37% shooting in the first half for Alabama against 34% for Mississippi State. The Bulldogs just 2 of 8 at the charity stripe. One of the reasons they're down by 1 at the break, 27-26. Elsewhere, earlier this afternoon, Tennessee taking on Arkansas. Of course, without head coach Bruce Pearl, he won't be there for the first 8 conference games. How would his Vols fare today? They were down by 3 in the closing seconds. Here's Chuck Barrett on the Razorback Sports Network from IMG College. Delvon Johnson had 17. Rodney Clark had 15, including 4 3-pointers. Arkansas wins despite being out-rebounded 37-20. Tobias Harris in the loss, 21 points and 11 rebounds. He had a double-double. Arkansas improves to 11-3. Coming up a little bit later this afternoon, about 5 minutes, they'll tip things off in Columbia. Number 22, Vanderbilt in South Carolina. These two clubs have met 46 times previously. They've each won 23. And a little bit later tonight, we'll be watching things in Auburn, a 6 o'clock tip, LSU and the Tigers. LSU has lost 4 of their last 5, including a 20-point home loss to North Texas. At 8 o'clock, Florida hosts Mississippi. Florida went 6-0 against the SEC West last year. They have won 8 of 9 in the series. We're at the break at Stegman Coliseum. Georgia leading number 10 Kentucky 41-30, and we'll check the top 25 scoreboard on the other side of this timeout.
Now Liggins drives, feeds Harrelson. We block it. Ball bouncing loose. Picked up by Jones. He's stripped. Ware has it up the floor, right to left. No look dish to the right. Here's Robinson with a dunk after the feed from Dustin Ware. John Calipari is irate and a timeout.
Part of a 9-point first half for Gerald Robinson and the Dogs by 11 at the break, 41-30 on number 10 Kentucky. We'll go to the top 25 in just a second, but first 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network from IMG College. Back to the Charter on-demand scoreboard. You can get the fastest internet speeds in the area with Charter's ultra-fast Ultra 60. Call 888-GET-CHARTER or go to charter.com/ultra for more information. Number 4, Syracuse scared on the road by Seton Hall, but they get the win 61-56. Chris Joseph and Brandon Trish each had 15 points for the Orange, who are still unbeaten at 17-0. Number 5, Pittsburgh, a winner at home over Marquette, 89-81. Number 6, San Diego State is 16-0, but they're trailing at the half at Utah, 34-33. The story of the day, though, has been upsets. Number 8, Connecticut is trailing at number 12, Texas, 48-44. They've got 14:47 to play in the second half, and a host of teams have lost to unranked opponents. Number 9, Missouri goes down at Colorado. Number 13, Georgetown loses at home to West Virginia. Number 17, Kansas State goes down at Oklahoma State. And Sparty, number 18, Michigan State, falls at Penn State. That score 66-62. Our score, Georgia 41, number 10 Kentucky 30. Scott's back with a look at the first half stats on the other side of this timeout.
41-30, Georgia leads Kentucky at halftime. Scott Howard back here at Stegman Coliseum. And Dog fans, Bentley's Popcorn is now available at all Georgia basketball games. Kettle roasted, rich, sophisticated, and delicious. Bentley's Popcorn, America's luxury snack. Let's check the first half stats for Georgia. The Bulldogs up by 11. That's their big lead of the half. They went on a 7-0 run in the final 90 seconds to go up by 11 and finished out the final 6 minutes plus on a 13-4 run to grab their 11-point lead. Georgia shooting 48% in the first half, 14 of 29, 2 out of 5 on threes, 11 of 12 free throws, tremendous percentage for the Bulldogs. Cats are at 37%, 3 of 8 on threes, and 3 of 8 on free throws. Leading scorer in the ballgame, Trey Tompkins with 14, Deron Lamb with 10 to lead Kentucky. 41-30 at the half. Georgia leading 10th-ranked Wildcats. Second half coming up right after this from Ford. Second half just about to get underway. The Dogs with an 11-point lead on the 10th-ranked team in the nation, Kentucky, 41-30 at intermission. Time now for the SunTrust Solid second half adjustments, brought to you by SunTrust. Live solid, bank solid. And Coach Mark Sloniker, what do the Dogs need to adjust for the second half?
None. No adjustment.
Quit and go home right now, huh?
That's right. But we've executed our game plan perfectly. Getting the ball inside, getting the ball in a spot where our guys can do their thing. Guards are driving to the rim, playing very, very good defense tonight. Best our perimeter guys have played all year. I think the one thing we got to adjust to it, I think if you're Kentucky, they've been softly double teaming Trey Tompkins. I think they've got to go hard at him and see how we adjust to that. So I think for the SunTrust adjustment, it's something to be prepared for, but really we don't need to tweak too much of what we've done. I think our game plan is solid. We've executed it. We need to do it again in the second half.
Kentucky has been a very good second-half team all season long. They shot almost 82% in the second half in their win over Penn on Monday. They went 18 for 22. And today is only the third time this season they've trailed at intermission, and by the second-largest margin. The two previous times were both in the tournament in Maui back in November. They trailed to Washington by a point, ended up winning that ball game, and then got drilled by UConn in the championship game of that tournament. They trailed by 21 at halftime. A little too much beach time, I guess, for the Kentucky Wildcats in that championship game with Connecticut. But here in the SEC opener, the Dogs have suddenly grabbed an 11-point lead at intermission on the 10th-ranked team in the nation.
And we'll have the ball first. And, Coach Calipari's one of the best coaches there is in the game. He'll get these guys fired up at halftime. He'll probably make some adjustments, and we'll see what happens here. It should be an exciting second half of basketball. But look for Kentucky to come out, especially in these. We always talk about the last 4 minutes of the first half, first 5 of the second half. We dominated the last 4 minutes of the first half. Coach Calipari is telling his team, first 5 minutes, second half. Coach Fox is telling our team the same thing. Take that lead from 11 to 20 if we can. So it'll be a big chess match and a lot of intensity the first part of this second half.
Dogs have won 8 in a row, longest winning streak since the 03 team. The last time we won 9 straight was our Final Four team, the 82-83 squad. Won 9 straight to start the year. Dogs with 20 minutes to go, trying to get that 9th win in a row and start off 1-0 in league play. And you start off against the big boy of the conference. Kentucky won their 44th SEC championship last year with a record of 35-3 overall, 14-2 in the league. Dogs with the ball to start, as Slon said. Here's Ware on the left wing. Try to send it into Price, and the bounce pass intercepted by Harrelson. Dogs turned it over on our first possession of the half. Cats with the ball. Jones to the rack, fouled by Trey Tompkins going down the left side of the lane. Second foul on Trey. And foul shots coming up for Terrence Jones, 6'8 freshman, who first committed to Washington. He's from Portland, Oregon, and then changed his mind shortly after that. I think he got a phone call or two from Big Blue. They talked him into coming to Lexington, and the left-hander puts it up and in good.
That's probably one of the adjustments they made at halftime. That when you get the ball there, he had a very quiet first half, had some foul trouble, and he attacked Trey without hesitation as soon as he caught it.
And Jones knocks down a pair of free throws. He's a 60% shooter. Made a pair, 41-32. Cats with a little bit of pressure after the inbounds pass. Robinson brings it up the floor. We work in the front court now. Send it to Ware on the right wing. Kentucky in a man-to-man. Dustin holds. Dogs just standing now with 19 to go. Ware dribbles and drives across, feeds Robinson. They go to Tompkins, flashes in the paint. Jumper going to his left, won't go. Back iron, rebounded by Harrelson. Cats with the ball. Jones, they feed him on the left block. Shot is altered by Jeremy Price. I don't know if that was a pass or a shot, but Jones it just flatlined, trying to go to Harrelson, and it went out of bounds, and it's the Dogs basketball.
Well, good no call by the officials. Jeremy went straight up right there. The previous play, Trey definitely fouled, reached across the body and fouled Jones. That time Jeremy did a nice job holding his ground, being solid in there.
Dogs by 9, 41-32. Leslie, top of the key, pulls it away on the right hip, goes to Dustin on the wing. Ware into the corner to Travis. Holds it down low, gets a screen from Jeremy, dribbles around in a curl, feeds Robinson, jumper off the left side of the iron, no good, rebounded by Terrence Jones. Jones stumbling as he takes it through the center circle. Not a real fluid dribbler up the floor for the big man. Here's Lamb now with a right hand, stops in the circle, pops, won't go, rebound, kicks off right corner, collected in by Ware, no look to Price, to Leslie, oh baby! Holy moly, a one-handed stufferino. Leslie with the jam, got the crowd on its feet. You could see it coming.
A direct result of Dustin Ware, defensive rebounding, triggering our fast break. Great job by the Dogs in transition.
43-32. Dogs lead. Here's Jones working against Tompkins, and he spins to the baseline and banks it in against Trey, who didn't want to foul. I can see what Kentucky's trying to do.
Their adjustment, their suntrust adjustment at halftime was Terrence Jones is coming at Trey Tompkins. Again, Trey was good. He was straight up and down and foul.
In deep, Tompkins, no good. Look at the follow by Price with the stuff. Two-handed jam by Jeremy on the miss by Tompkins, 45-34. Dogs up 11, 17:30 to play. Cats ball, Knight feeds it into Jones, left low block. Works against Tompkins. Robinson's trying to help. Kick out to Knight for three, left corner. Off the iron, no good. Rebound collected by Leslie. Dogs trotted into the front court, left to right. Here's Ware on the wing to Trey between the circles. Now back to Dustin. 45-34 Georgia. Jeremy Price skips it into Tompkins. 1 foot in the paint, dribbles it, spins to the baseline. Jump hook won't go, high off the glass. Rebound. Bounce picked up by Kentucky. Price knocked it away from Harrelson, but it went right to Terrence Jones for the Cats, and they maintain possession. Kentucky ball. Here's Lamb on the wing to Harrelson, just left of the circle, hands it to Liggins, slashes through the lane, layup from the right side, good. DeAndre Liggins with his first points of the half, 5 in the ball game, 45-36, Georgia by 9.
Yeah, Travis Leslie's dribble drive offense, Kentucky runs. Needed some help right there from weak side. Didn't get any. Liggins was able to go all the way to the hole.
Robinson to Ware. Got in deep. Got the pass under the bucket. Lay in good from Dustin, the smallest guy on the floor. Scores against the bigs, 47-36. Ware with 7. Here's Jones again trying to back down Tompkins. Got in deep. Missed the turnaround left-hander. Rebounded by Harrelson. That guy's got a load of rebounds today.
He worked Jeremy underneath the basket. Jeremy got to give us a rebounding position there.
Seems like more than he has. He's only listed with 7. It seems like more than that. Here's Jones inside and up and in good in front of the bucket. They're going to Jones every play now, or at least he's getting a touch.
Yeah, our mismatch problems there for us. If we put Jeremy or Chris on Jones, then Harrelson will have Trey in the low post.
Get it in deep to Price underneath. Try to reverse lay-in, roll off the iron. No good. Rebounded by Terrence Jones. Cats up the floor. Liggins sprinting down the far side. Runner blocked out of bounds by Leslie, and that'll take us to a timeout. 15:30 to go in the game. Georgia 47, Kentucky 38. Timeout in Athens. Back after this from Boswell Oil. 47-38, Georgia leading Kentucky. At the conclusion of today's ball game, we'll hear the AT&T call of the game, and Slon and I will also be selecting a State Farm player of the game. Also to come in post-game, plenty of highlights for you with a Comcast triple play of the game and the Texaco star play of the game. I guess they could all be the same play, and if Georgia wins, they probably should be. 47-38, although the action has been going enough where each sponsorship can have its own individual play. We've had some good-looking action so far. Marcus Thornton with his first 3 of the year. That was a big bucket in the first half. Gerald Robinson's drive to the basket to open the ball game, and plenty of scoring by Trey Tompkins too, Slon.
No question about it. Been a great team effort. Very little stoppage in play the first 4.5 minutes of the half. Both Trey and Jeremy were asking for blows. So we get the media time out here, a nice long rest. We'll give a few minutes for Chris Barnes and Dante Williams and see if Trey can gather his second wind here as we go down. When he comes back in, there won't be a lot of rest time for him, but Terrence Jones is driving him every chance he has, and that'll wear you out physically if you're trying to play defense on a guy as talented as that.
Kentucky shooting 37.5% for the game right now. The last 4 games they came in, they exceeded 50% from the field and 80% at the line in 4 straight ball games. But you're talking about conference play, competition ramps up quite a bit, and the Cats are being held in check today. As we said, shooting less than 40%, and from the line, they're an even 50%, 5 out of 10 from the stripe.
Yeah, one of my concerns here for the last 15 minutes of this game will be Brandon Knight for Kentucky. We have really limited him. We've played great transition defense. He is not shaking loose. Just worried about he's the kind of guy that can really take over a game. Got to keep him contained the rest of the way here.
Cats inbound the ball under the basket. 47-38, Dogs lead. Miller into Harrelson, back out right wing to Lamb, launches a 3 off the iron, no good. Rebound saved under the basket by Miller, but he stepped on the baseline trying to kick it back into a teammate, so it'll be the Dogs' ball. Dante Williams in for Georgia. He'll inbound. The freshman from Ellenwood looks to his left and then throws it right cross court to Robinson, back to Williams. To Ware, Cats pressing all the way. Ware diagonal into the front court, throws it into the scorer's table, ends up face down on the floor. Tried to split a double team, sent the pass our way, and his intended receiver was zipping up the near sideline, and the Dogs turned it over against the Kentucky press. Cats with the ball down by 9. Harrelson between the circles, go to Knight on the left wing, to Jones, back to the basket, back out to Knight in the corner. Send it back into Jones. One dribble, goes back out to Brandon Knight. He's going to drive across, work against Robinson, hangs in the paint, knocks it down good. Brandon Knight, and that was your concern, Slon. He gets his first points of the half. He's got 6 in the game.
Yeah, we want him to get in the groove here. A little 1-2-2 zone for Kentucky to get out of the man-to-man. Let's see if we can bust this zone, find the weak spots, soft spots in the zone.
47-40, Dogs by 7. Left baseline, back out to Ware for a 3. Couldn't knock it down. Short, hits the side rim, picked up by Jones on the rebound. Long pass up the floor to Lamb, back to Jones, leads in for the left hand, won't go. And then over the back foul against Terrence Jones. That's his 3rd. He climbed right over the back of the senior Chris Barnes, who had position. And Jones, who's been frustrated at times, has another one of those moments as he picks up his 3rd foul and will come out of the ball game. DeAndre Liggins will check in for Kentucky.
That's a big foul. That's big for the Dogs right there. Get him under me. He was hurting us this half. Kind of keeping Kentucky hanging around. See what Kentucky does here. Kentucky's going to go back to man-to-man out of the zone defense with Trey Tompkins back in the game.
Georgia has a 7-point lead. Robinson with the ball, skips it to Leslie above the arc, dribbles inside the arc, hands off to Ware. They run motion on the right side to Robinson, tucks it and runs, no good. Off the rim, we couldn't tap in the rebound. Leslie missed it. Kentucky got it. Here's Knight into the corner. Lamb set shot 3, good. You can't give that guy any kind of space. He'll knock it down. That's his second 3 of the game. 13 for Lamb, who shoots 52% from 3 this season, and suddenly it's a 4-point game, 47-43, Georgia on top.
Well, we'll let Brandon Knight get out in transition.
Leslie under the basket, missed another lay-in attempt. Rebound tapped out, Kentucky gets it. On the run, Knight curls around in the front court. Cats in blue, work from right to left. They go to Miller. Miller into the paint, spins, feeds Lamb underneath, lay in good. We need a timeout, and we got it. Timeout with 13:21 to go. The Cats have come back from 11. They're down by 2, 47-45. Dogs lead. Timeout on the floor. Back in a moment after this from Lowe's. Cats have cut our lead to 2, 47-45. Georgia out front with 13:21 to go. Monday nights, it's the Bulldog Hotline with Coach Mark Fox live this year from Applebee's in Athens. Chance for you to come on out and be a part of the live audience and meet the coach. We, however, will not be there this Monday night. We will not be at Applebee's. We will have the show, but we will not be live at Applebee's. So make sure you tune into the Bulldog Hotline this Monday night. We'll be back in tow at Applebee's in Athens the following Monday. Georgia led by 11 at intermission, 41-30, but the Cats now trail only by 2, 47-45. Terrence Jones came out and got 6 quick points for Kentucky. Deron Lamb has 5. Liggins with a bucket here in the half as they have attacked and attacked and attacked in the first 6 minutes and 40 seconds.
Well, they're good and they're talented. You know they're going to make a run. It's up to the Georgia Bulldogs now to answer that run. Be solid with your things. Handle any kind of pressure that comes our way. Keep doing the things that made us very good in the first half. Execute your offense to set good screens. We've probably missed 3 makeable shots so far this half. And just got to start, keep our poise, keep our composure. Kentucky's going to go back to the 1-2-2 defense with Harrelson on top. You got to find the soft spot in the high post. Trey Thomas giving the ball in a high post area.
We've got Marcus Thornton in the ball game. They nearly knocked the ball away from him in their zone defense. Go inside to Thornton. High post on the right elbow and a foul from behind. DeAndre Liggins, the 6'6 junior out of Chicago, commits the foul, his second and the team's second. Not a shooting situation, so the Dogs will inbound with Robinson right of the basket. Gerald looks in, fires to Ware on the right corner. He'll dribble it up the wing, get away from pressure. Go to Robinson on the right side. Guarded tightly in a man-to-man by Deron Lamb. Robinson's going to tuck it and run, and a foul on Lamb. Boy, they're calling it tight now. Deron Lamb picks up his second, team third. Again, an inbounds play for Georgia coming up.
Kentucky really overplaying the wings or passing lanes. That's a great opportunity for a guard to drive, and Gerald seized the moment, drew the foul.
Robinson inbounds to Ware, and offensive foul. Wow. Gerald Robinson, Joe Lindsey with an emphatic call. Did he extend the arm? I didn't see the play.
See it on the replay board. You can't see it up there.
A wasted possession for the Dogs. We had 2 opportunities, 2 fouls on Kentucky, and then an offensive foul before we even get into our set. We're up by 2. Kentucky has yet to lead. Liggins through the paint, falling down, bumped by Thornton. Says Terry Moore, the official. A push on the freshman Thornton, his second foul, and the team's third. Oh, they're going to give him shots. Wow. Liggins at the line. Joe Lindsey going to come back and talk to Mark Fox, who I don't think was happy with the fact they're giving him shots.
Now, if there's any question, there's a foul there, but they got him before he started making his move to the rim.
Liggins' free throw is up and in, good. His first of the day. He had missed his 2 previous trips to the line. 47-46. 1 away from tying it for the first time since it was 11-11. And we're tied. 47 all. 11-point lead is gone. Robinson to Barnes, leans in from the left side. No good, and a foul. Barnes came in about 6 feet away from the basket, leaned in and tried to bank it in, I think. Missed the shot, but he got fouled. He'll have to earn it at the line. Foul goes on Harrelson, his second, the team's fourth.
And Harrelson's a guy who will draw a charge for Kentucky. And I think he was surprised that Chris Barnes was even going to attack the rim. He thought he might back it back out, but Chris went right at the rim, drew the foul, because Harrelson was not in position to draw the charge.
Barnes with a big free throw there. Chris at 53% from the line this season. Now 17 out of 31. Chance to make it a 2-point game. The senior puts it up, and it is good. Knocked them both down. Barnes with 4. Dogs continue to lead, 49-47, 12:23 to play here in the SEC opener. Lamb has it on the left wing, dribbles and slides across the floor. Feeds Knight. He's going to attack from the right wing. A runner with a kiss off the glass is good. Brandon Knight with 8 points. He averages 18 a game, is the leading scorer for Kentucky and third in the SEC. We're tied at 49. Here's Leslie. A fadeaway in the paint. Good. Nothing but net for Travis. He's got a dozen. 51-49. Quickly, Kentucky attacks. They missed the running layup. Harrelson got the rebound and the putback. 51 all.
Kentucky got it out of the net quick. Travis answered Brandon Knight's pass at the other end, and they quickly ran down the floor. Made some good activity to try to get it, but good hustle by Kentucky to come right back at the Dogs.
Cats in a zone defense. We get it to Barnes. Feed Tompkins wide open for the two-handed dunk. Trey with his first points of the half, coming 11:23 to go in the game. He's got 16 in the contest. It's the Dogs by 2, 53-49. 51. Kentucky still has not led today. Knight with the ball, slow dribble, works against Robinson. They move the ball to the right side of the floor to Lamb. Left-handed dribble around a screen to Harrelson, hands it off to Liggins, 16 to shoot. Liggins into the paint, falling down, feeds Lamb. He attacks and gets the roll off the iron good. Just go to the rim and go to the rim and go to the rim. Lamb has 17. We're tied at 53.
That dribble drive offense is difficult to contain. You have to be ready defensively, be in your stance immediately, and try to do everything you can to keep that Kentucky player right in front of you.
Robinson holds for Georgia, dribbles with the left hand around the screen from Trey. Pitch out to Tompkins, steps inside to fake the long two-point shot, and then tried to go to Robinson, gotten down low, and they deflected out of bounds into the Georgia bench. It's out in Kentucky. It'll be Georgia ball, and we've got a timeout. 10:33 to go in the game. Georgia 53, Kentucky 53. Back to sold-out Stegman Coliseum after this from Anheuser-Busch.
David Shumate inside the IMG College Network studios. Let's check the Charter on-demand scoreboard. You can get the fastest internet speeds in the area with Charter's ultra-fast Ultra 60. Call 888-GET-CHARTER or go to charter.com/ultra for more information. Checking the SEC scoreboard, Alabama pulling away in Starkville. It's 51-37. The Tide by 14 as they hit the 9:30 mark in the second half. And just underway in Columbia, number 23 Vanderbilt leads at South Carolina 13-10. Just about 7 minutes into that ball game between South Carolina and Vanderbilt. One score to pass along from the top 25. Number 8 Connecticut at number 12 Texas. 1:33 to go right now. It's the Longhorns by one, 71-70. We'll keep you updated, but for now, back out to Scott, Mark, and Tony.
All right, David, thank you. Here it's 53 all with 10:33 to go in this contest. Georgia and Kentucky, the Bulldogs, in their history, have only beaten the Cats 24 times in 136 meetings. It's 24 and 112, heavily in favor of Kentucky. In the first 81 years of the series, Georgia was 17 and 97. In the last 9 years, Georgia has won 7 times in 22 meetings. So we're making progress.
Yes, we are. And a great opportunity here. You know, Kentucky made that run. We got a timeout. We answered that run. Now it's back and forth. One possession game. Should be a battle royale here. Last 10 and a half minutes down the stretch.
Yeah, Kentucky had a recent 9-0 run to tie the ball game, and that's where we stand right now, knotted at 53. Robinson finds an opening, took it right down the seam and laid it in. From the top of the key, curled around to the right side, found a lane and took it and laid it in off the backboard. Robinson's first points of the half, he's got 11, and the Dogs lead it 55-53. Kentucky with Jones pushed as he slashes through the lane. They count the bucket as it goes in a little after the whistle. A bit of continuation. They call the foul on Jeremy Price. And it'll be and one for Terrence Jones in Kentucky, who's playing with 3 fouls.
It's such a tough matchup for us. I was wondering if we might go zone out of that timeout with Jones back in the game so he couldn't dribble drive us.
Jones' free throw is good. Terrence Jones had 4 points at intermission. He's got 13 now, and the Cats have their first lead of the ball game, 56-55 on the three-point play by Jones. Robinson on the right side goes back up the wing to Leslie. They rotate the ball. Ware has it on the left wing. Gerald for 3, but an offensive foul. Illegal screen on Jeremy Price. It's slipping away right now as the Dogs look at the replay on the board. Mark Fox is not happy with the call, to say the least, and there goes the code again. 56-55. They looked at the replay board, and everybody in the place was booing the call. Kentucky has the ball. They've got a 1-point lead. Here's Jones matched up with Price in a dead spot in the right corner. We knock the ball loose. Jones gets it back. Jump past the Lamb. Open 3. No good. Rebound tapped out front. Jones collects it after the tap by Price. Across the lane goes to Liggins. Liggins may have walked. Feed it down low to Lamb. Lamb missed the lay-in. And the rebound is stripped away from Price. They whistle a foul on Big Blue. They got Jones, and that'll be his 4th. Jones reached in, knocked the ball loose from Jeremy Price. Whistled for the foul with 9:08. He picks up number 4. Harrelson will come back in for John Calipari.
Yeah, I saw Joe Lindsay kind of sneak a peek at the replay board and see if he got that one right or not. I don't think he got that one right, but we'll take it. Terrence Jones has been really hurting us this half. He'll have to sit down for quite a while here with his fourth foul. Kentucky's playing small. Miller's at the power forward spot, so we can take advantage of it and get that ball inside to Trey Tompkins.
Dogs inbound to Leslie. Travis, far side of the floor. They double team, knock it loose. Gets it across the timeline to Ware. We feed Tompkins, who hops across the line, jumps in the center circle to take the feed from Dustin. 8:53 to go in the ball game. We're down by 1. First lead of the game for Kentucky. And timeout. Didn't like where the offense was going. Mark Fox is just telling his guys to calm down. A 30-second timeout. We'll take it 2 with 8:48 to go. It's 56-55. Cats leading Georgia back in 30 seconds. Kentucky by 1, 56-55. Their first lead of the game. Georgia will inbound the basketball. Travis Leslie on the near side throws it into the backcourt to Robinson. He'll take it through the center circle. Curl away on the left side, spin around a screen, feed it to Ware. Dustin shows the ball, steps back behind the three. Oh, yeah! Ware with a man in his face, a little fading three-pointer, knocks it down to put the Dogs back in the lead by 2, 58-56. Ware with his second three of the ball game gives him 10 for the contest. Cats with the ball. Lamb fires to Knight on the wing. Brandon Knight picks up the dribble, goes into the right corner to Miller. Miller dribbles it out of the corner, through the lane, throws it up on a floater going to his left. Missed it off the iron, rebounded by Jeremy Price for the Dogs. Georgia has the ball in a 2-point lead, 58-56. Robinson goes to Ware. Dustin kicks it to Leslie, top of the key. Leslie leads with his right foot, takes a step, keeps his pivot foot down. They get it into Tompkins, spins into a triple team. Ball blocked out of bounds as Trey tried to go up under the basket. Dogs students thought there was a foul there, but no call. They whistle it out of bounds on Kentucky. It'll be Dogs ball when we come back. We're into a media timeout. 7:53 to play. It's Georgia 58, Kentucky 56 in Athens. Back after this from Geico. 7:53 to play, 58-56, Georgia by 2. The Dogs did lead by 11 at intermission, but the Cats came storming back in the second half. And Dog fans, we remind you that Bentley's Popcorn is now available at all Georgia basketball games. Kettle roasted, rich, sophisticated, and delicious. Bentley's Popcorn is America's luxury snack. We might have some of that after the game if we hang on and win, and that would be our treat to ourselves. 2-point lead for the Bulldogs. Trey Tompkins leading Georgia with 16. We've got 4 players in double figures. Leslie with 12, Robinson with 11, and Dustin Ware with 10. Leading scorer in the game is Deron Lamb for Kentucky with 17. Jones went from 4 to 13 after halftime. He came out smoking in the second half, but he's on the bench now with 4 fouls. Dogs with the ball. Leslie throws it into Ware. Tries to hit a three from the right side. Off the iron, no good. Rebounded by Harrelson. That's his 9th rebound of the ball game for the Kentucky center. Cats with the ball down by 2. Lamb in the paint, bumping and grinding with Robinson. Puts it up in front of the bucket, no good. Rebound is loose. Price and Lamb battling for it. Jeremy ends up in the seats, and they're going to say Georgia basketball.
I hope Jeremy's okay over there. He went down pretty hard.
Jeremy went over the expensive seats. He's behind the seats over there, and Georgia's training staff is hustling across in the far corner away from the bench to check on Jeremy Price.
Yeah, he didn't land well at all.
It's like a wrestling match. You know, he's out on the floor.
It's the same injury that Trey had, trying to dive over the chairs in that scrimmage. It's like Jeremy may have done the same thing.
Well, they've halted the game to check on Jeremy Price, and now the officials are waving over the coach. Mark Fox is headed over there. Jeremy Price went over the courtside seats on the far end of the floor. Now they're helping him up. Gets a standing ovation.
And they twisted his knee or ankle a little bit on the replay, but he's got a lot of adrenaline pumping through the body right now. He'll come back.
He and Mark Fox talking as they come off the floor, and Jeremy smiled as the coach was talking to him. Got a nice ovation. And Jeremy will come out of the ball game. Barnes in, along with Robinson, Tompkins, Leslie, and Ware for Georgia. With 7:33 to go, it'll be Dogs basketball after Price saved it on the other end. Leslie fires it into Ware. Cats with a little bit of backcourt pressure now. Knight's on the ball, and Ware with a crossover to get away from him. Steps into the front court. Goes to Robinson on the wing. Lob pass to Tompkins. Tapped away by a double team from Kentucky. The Cats with a steal. Liggins with the ball up the far side of the floor. Try to force a pass in, and Trey was well covered.
He was telegraphed that he needs a ball fake at first.
Knight crossover, stumbles, keeps his balance, throws it up and in from the left side against Dustin. And we're tied at 58. Brandon Knight now in double figures with 10. 58 all. Cats have had one lead, and it was 1 point. Dogs led by 11 at intermission. That's been the big lead of the ball game. But it's brand new now. We're tied at 58. Robinson to the elbow, feeds Leslie. He attacks, floater, off the back iron, no good. Whistle and a foul on the play. They got Liggins for Kentucky, his third. Team sixth. 2 shots coming up for Travis Leslie for the Bulldogs. Leslie, the 6'4 junior from Decatur's got 12 in the ball game. He's 2 for 2 from the line.
What Travis got to learn right there, when you feel contact, when you're driving to the rim like that, you feel contact, the best friend you have is the backboard. Put the shot in it off the glass, has a better chance of going in. Right there, you try to shoot straight in, and once you get hit like that, it's hard to knock it down. So the pros will tell you always, if you feel like contact, best friend they got out there, use the glass. Leslie
leans into foul shot, misses his first of the contest. He made the first, missed the second. He's 3 for 4. And the Dogs are up by a point, 59-58. Cats with the ball, 6:38 to go in the conference opener. Are they all going to be like this? We hope so. Kentucky ball, they work on the left side. Holding is Darius Miller. Now he'll dribble, works across through the paint, down the right side of the lane, and stuffed and blocked out of bounds by Chris Barnes. Mark Thornton going to check in for Travis Leslie.
I think Travis might have tweaked his ankle. He's been limping around a bit, trying to shake it off. So we'll give Marcus a quick blow here instead of work on Travis down there. Great defense by Chris Barnes, good help. Turns Jones back in the game with 4 fouls.
Lamb fires it into Knight, high on the left wing. One dribble, goes across to Liggins, head fake, spins at the right elbow, kick out to Miller. Miller dumps it back into the corner. Liggins launches a 3, rattles out, no good. Barnes climbs the ladder, pulls down the rebound with 2 hands, gives it to Tompkins. Diagonal up the floor to Ware. He'll take it across the timeline for the Dogs and lead it by 1 with 6 minutes to play in the contest. 59-58 Georgia. Here's Barnes between the circles, go to Ware on the right wing. Tompkins trying to post up down low against Darius Miller. Robinson going to shoot a 3, no good. Rebound, 2 blue shirts crash, and Jones wins the battle. He got the rebound. Cats with the ball, trailing by 1 with 5:40 to go. Knight slides to his left, guarded by Robinson. Got a partial screen, goes to Jones, fakes the 3, dribbles to the elbow, kick it out right side to Lamb. 17 to shoot for the Cats. Here's Liggins now. He dribbles to the edge, and he walked. He stumbled a little bit, took an extra step, and DeAndre Liggins, the 6'6 junior from Chicago, turns it over with 5:27 to play.
Coach Fox has been working for that call all the first half. Finally got it right there. Great call by the officiating crew.
John Calipari about 1.5 feet outside of the coach's box. Now he gets back in.
One of the things that Kentucky hasn't guarded is our high pick and roll action. Let's see if we get that going here a little bit right now. Now we want to get the ball inside of Trey, but they have a hard time guarding that.
Go down to Tompkins, makes a wide grab, reaches for the pass. They got the foul on Darius Miller. There's a lot of pushing and shoving and grabbing going on, and it's 1-and-1 time now for the Dogs, as that's the 7th team foul on Kentucky, the 2nd on Miller. And Trey Tompkins to the line for that 1-and-1. The 6'10 junior is at 63% for the year, and today Trey is a perfect 4 for 4. Dogs by 1. Tompkins free throw, front end of the 1-and-1 is good. 17 for Tompkins. He's coming off a season-high 26-point performance in the win over Eastern Kentucky 8 days ago on New Year's Eve. Tompkins' second free throw, good. Beautiful rotation on that ball. He flicks it up in there, good. He's got 18, and the Dogs lead it by 3. 61-58. Crowd to its feet, making noise here at Stegman Coliseum, with the Dogs leading the 10th-ranked team in the country by 3 as we near the 5-minute mark. Deron Lamb works inside, flings the ball up towards the rim, and draws the foul.
Well, I thought Dustin did a great job staying straight up vertical on that. But Lamb initiated all the contact. Official saw it the other way. Tough play. Lamb comes off a double screen. When he catches, he's turning the drive right at a shooter. Tough defensive play. Coach Calipari does a great job putting his guys in position. You got to almost choose your poison defensively.
16 foul on Georgia. Lamb from New York City knows how to draw the contact as he hits the foul shot. He's got 18 in the ball game. He set a freshman record earlier this season for Kentucky with a whopping 32 points in their win over Winthrop, and he was lights out, going 11 for 12 from the field, 7 of 8 on three-point shots in setting that Kentucky freshman record. Here he'll try to make it a one-point game again. Second free throw is short off the front edge of the rim, rebounded by Jeremy Price. Lamb with his first miss from the line. It's a 2-point lead for Georgia, 61-59. Price with the ball for the Dogs, working left to right. Georgia in white, Kentucky in blue. Leslie bounces it to Barnes at the foul line, holds the pivot foot down and sends the pass to Ware, sets a screen now. Dustin kicks it back to Barnes. The pass was low. He's able to field it, hops in the paint. They're reaching and grabbing, and a whistle and a foul on Kentucky. They got Liggins, I think. Liggins again, that's his fourth. And it's 1-and-1 time for the Dogs again for Chris Barnes. 4 on Liggins, 4 on Jones for the Wildcats, and they're not that deep.
They really are. So one of the things we talked about before the game, hoping to get these guys in foul trouble, get to their bench, don't play a lot of guys. And that's 2 critical players for Kentucky's success to be in foul trouble.
Jones with 4 is back in. Harrelson is out for Big Blue. Here's Barnes to the line. Chris today with 4 points, 2 for 2 from the stripe. Free throw number 1. Good. Barnes has made 3 in a row. That might be a first.
Good for Chris.
Somebody's going to run some steps pretty soon.
That's right, exactly. But right now,
62-59 Georgia.
Sorry, Scott. Yeah, but right now, I don't know if Kentucky will stay with their man-to-man. They have 2 of their prime players on the court with 4 fouls. A lot of time left. I don't know if Coach Calipari make about that zone they played earlier.
Barnes' second free throw, the bonus shot off the back iron, kicks away, no good, cleared by Terrence Jones for Kentucky. 62-59, Georgia by 3, 4.5 minutes to play. Brandon Knight with a dribble. Sends a bullet bounce pass down to Darius Miller. He spins into Tompkins, shoots over Trey, can't do it. Off the iron, and Tompkins rebounds. Trey with that 6'10 body and that long arm altered the shot and cleared the board for Georgia. Dogs lead by 3 with 4:10 to go. Tompkins dribbles, hands it off to Thornton. Kentucky knocks it loose. Ball loose on the floor. Deron Lamb goes to the floor. Kentucky picks it up in the front court. Lob it to Liggins underneath. Too far underneath the basket. Head fake. Tries to dribble down the baseline to get away from trouble. They go to Knight up high on the left wing, and they'll reset their offense with 3:50 to play. Knight to Lamb. Lamb from the left side through the paint. Won't go. They missed the follow. We get the rebound with Barnes. Gives it to Robinson. Dogs trot it back down the floor with 3:37 to play, and we're up by 3.
A chance to go up 2 possessions right here. Critical possession here for the Dogs.
Tompkins fires across to Robinson, left wing. Gerald, 1 dribble, goes to Thornton. Marcus Thornton holding between the circles. Back to Robinson. The junior backs it out. Cats in a man-to-man defense. 10 to shoot. Robinson down the right side of the lane. Throws it up. It rolled over the iron. It hit twice on the near side. Kicked off, fell off the left side of the iron, but he got fouled. He'll be at the line when we come back. Timeout in Athens. 3:14 to play. The Dogs trying to set themselves up for an upset win in the conference opener. 62-59. They lead Kentucky. Back after this from Anheuser-Busch. This scoring recap's brought to you by Regions Bank. The Dogs up by 3 with 3:14 to play, 62-59. Georgia had an 11-point lead at intermission, 41-30, but a 9-0 run helped tie the game for Kentucky. The Cats finally got their first and only lead to this point in the ballgame with 9:55 to go at 56-55. Then Georgia with a 3-pointer quickly regained the lead. And we're up by 3 right now with 3:14 to go. Leading scorers in the contest, Trey Tompkins for the Dogs with 18. Travis Leslie with 13. Robinson has 11. Ware with 10. And for Kentucky, Deron Lamb, the freshman from New York, has 18. Terrence Jones in foul trouble has 13. Brandon Knight with 10. They've got two big men with foul trouble, with Jones with 4 and DeAndre Liggins with 4, Slon. And if you're Kentucky, how do you approach the last 3:14 when you got two guys kind of teetering on the edge of falling out of the ballgame?
Yeah, you want your team to stay aggressive, so Coach Calipari's got to figure out they're going to go back to zone, which last 2 times we attacked it, we destroyed it. He wasn't happy with how they played it. Or stay with man-to-man, so the guys can play tough. You know we're going to go to Tompkins against the Miller mismatch. The other end, we've got a mismatch. Miller can try to take advantage of Trey, try and drive him to the hole. So it's a chess match going down the stretch here with the guard, with the coaches. Let's see if Joe Robinson can step up and hit these 2 critical free throws to put us up 2 possessions. Gives a little bit of cushion here.
Robinson to the line. With the clock stopped at 3:14. Gerald with 2 shots coming up. Robinson 11 points on the afternoon. Make it 12 as he sinks the free throw, and Gerald's free throw shooting has been very good today. He struggled with that all season long at 53%, but today Robinson is 4 of 5 from the line. 1 more to go. Georgia up by 4, 63-59. He dips, he shoots, and it climbs in and got the bounce, yes. Robinson with 13, 64-59, 3:10 to play. Dogs, it's a 2-possession game. Here's Kentucky. Harrelson between the circles. Throws it, high post to Terrence Jones, turns left-handed, went in, it came out. Oh, Harrelson got the rebound, hook shot rattles off, rebounded by Leslie. Oh, they had 2 good looks at it, would not stay down. Dogs with the ball, here's Ware into the front court. Crossover, gets by Lamb, goes to Leslie, send it into Tompkins, spin to the baseline, up with right hand, good! Tompkins sinks it. Trey with 20, timeout Kentucky. 2:37 to go. Stegman Coliseum delirious, 66-59, Dogs by 7. 30-second timeout, we'll take it with them. Back in a moment after this 30-second break. 2:37 to play. Georgia leading by 7. 66-59 over 10th-ranked Kentucky. Dogs have been phenomenal at the foul line today, considering where we've been this season. We're at 86% for the game, 19 of 22. Here's Jones, a handoff to Lamb. He attacks, throws it up wildly with a right hand. No good. Off the mark, rebounded by Tompkins. Trey dribbles, and Liggins comes in and reaches in and fouls out. He just came rushing at him, tried to reach in and steal the ball as Tompkins was dribbling after the rebound, and he just fouled out of the ball game with 2:23 to go. DeAndre Liggins, 6'6" junior from Chicago. He's gone.
Now, Kentucky must have had a call there. They were going to foul if they missed. And I think Lamb was standing right next to Trey. Didn't foul him. So Liggins knew that was called. Whatever foul was his 5th. Coach Calipari was not happy with the freshman Lamb or his veteran Liggins on that action. We'll take it.
And that puts the Dogs in the double bonus as well, with Tompkins going to the line to shoot 2. Up 7 with 2:23 to go.
We've been saying for a while, Scott, we knew Trey Tompkins he's not a 63% free throw shooter. We know he's much, much better. That average is climbing up. He'll be over in the 70s. League play, no doubt, he'll be in the 70s down the stretch. Again, the right guys have been getting to the free throw line tonight. Good to see Gerald knocking them down, Chris Barnes knocking them down. For other guys, big free throws here from Trey.
Tompkins at the line with the crowd getting quiet. He dips, he shoots, and it is good. Tompkins with 21, 14 and a half in the first half. He's got 7 here in the second half. 3 for 3 from the line in the second half, 7 for 7 for the game. Second free throw is up and short. Draws iron, rebounded by Jones. First miss for Georgia, only the 4th miss from the line today. Jones forces a long, deep 3, made it. Holy smokes. NBA distance straight away. Jones launched that left-handed 3 to make it 67-62, and Kentucky calls a 30-second timeout. They've got 2 left.
A lot of time to go in this ball game. Kentucky's probably going to set up a press right here. We fumbled it the first time we saw it. The other times we've tapped it pretty well. Get it across half court. Take as much time as we can, and then attack the rim. Try to see who's guarding Trey Tompkins. Kentucky's had a very difficult time going our high pick and roll. It's a great action to finish the last 10 seconds of the shot clock out for Georgia, and maybe get Gerald attacking the rim from that situation.
Jones with that three now has 16 points to go with 9 rebounds for the ultra-talented freshman from Portland, Oregon. Dogs will have the ball. 5-point lead, 67-62. 2:13 to go. Kentucky will bring some full court pressures. Tompkins runs the baseline, finds Robinson on the far side. He angles into the front court and gives it to Dustin Ware. Left wing Ware, handoff Leslie to Tompkins. We burned some clock, 2 minutes to go. Now less than that. Robinson holding. Kentucky goes with him in a man-to-man. Ware holds, now back to Robinson. About a foot and a half in front of the half-court line. 12 to shoot. And a blocking foul. Lamb tried to draw a charge. Robinson dipped his shoulder, tried to drive. Lamb stepped in front of him, draws the foul. Or commits the foul. Robinson was able to draw it. And Junior back to the line now for 2 shots for the Dogs. Lamb with his third. Robinson with Georgia in the double bonus to the foul line. He's got 13. Free throw, good.
6 out of 7 now in the game.
That works.
Yes, sir.
That's what we need out of our ball handler, Gerald Robinson. 68-62, Georgia by 6. Robinson's second free throw attempt, rattled in there, good. His last 4 points coming from the line. He's got 15 in the game. 1:45 to go. Dogs 69, Cats 62. Kentucky ball. Jones, long three, air ball from the right wing. Rebound, Leslie, foul, Kentucky under the basket. 2 more shots coming for Travis Leslie. John Calipari, hands on hips, just spinning towards the bench and a look of disgust on his face. The foul was on Darius Miller, his third, and Leslie to the line for 2. Travis with 13 points in this ball game, 3 out of 4 from the line. The junior puts it up and in, good. Boy, the Dogs have really hit the free throws today. We came in 11th in the league, 62.2% from the line. That's changing a little bit today. Free throw number 2, got rim, got glass, but it went. Leslie with 15, 71-62, minute 35 to go. Cats with the ball, Lamb 3, left wing, no good. Rebound, Leslie. Skied high out of the paint to collect it just left of the lane. Pressure by the Cats. They foul Gerald Robinson in the backcourt. Oh, the countdown might be beginning. 1:24 to go. Clock stopped and the Dogs go to the line. Dogs can feel it right now. Our 5 on the floor, slapping and hugging, but still a minute 24 to play.
Yeah, John Calipari is going with the old Jim Valvano strategy. Foul quick. Hope you hit threes. Get back and hope they miss their free throws. How you answer that, step up and make your free throws right here. They started fouling awful early. We'll take it as long as we knock them down.
Robinson, free throw, good. Climbed in there, just did nick the front edge of the iron. He's made, well, he missed his first one of the day, and now he's made, 7 in a row since.
We got to be solid on defense. Don't foul jump shooters, and 5 white shirts got to be following the flight of the ball, getting those defensive rebounds.
Robinson hits a pair. It's an 11-point lead again. We're back where we started at the half. Knight to Miller, 3, no good. High rebound, pulled down by Robinson. He lost it for a minute, spun away, recollected himself. Go to Tompkins. Oh, he threw it right to Harrelson. Back the other way. Jones leans in for a 3, tried to draw a foul, no good. Follows for the rebound, lay in good by Jones. Quick timeout, Kentucky. Minute 5 to go. It's 73-64. We gave him some free points there.
Yeah, Trey, 7 for 8 from the night. Like, you don't throw the ball to Chris Barnes in that situation. You hold it, let him run over and foul you.
Yeah,
right there.
The clock is our friend. Minute 5 to go. Georgia 73, Kentucky 64. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network from IMG College. Dogs are trying to win their first SEC opener in 8 years. Last time we did it, we beat LSU in 2003. Our last win over Kentucky was for Pete Herman, the interim coach, in March of 2009 in Lexington. Our last win over Kentucky in Athens was in January of 2007, an overtime contest that Georgia won 78-69. Dogs trying to knock off the 10th-ranked team in the land and win their 9th in a row for the first time since 1982. Dogs with the ball. We inbound it. They pressure Ware in the backcourt. Go to Tompkins. Got to get it across the timeline. Lamb with a foul. A hip check, and he's gone. Doron Lamb put his hip into Trey Tompkins and just collected his 5th with 57.9 seconds to go. That's the second Wildcat to foul out of the ball game.
I'm not sure if Lamb doesn't foul right there. We may have gotten a 10-second call against us.
It was close. It was about 7 or 8 seconds on the clock.
Close. Yeah, I was watching. It was close, but hey, we'll take it any way we can.
Tompkins already positioned at the foul line while Kentucky huddles around a frustrated John Calipari. He's reading the riot act to Darius Miller about something. Life in the SEC, and especially on the road.
No question. I mean, he's got a very talented team. They play hard, very competitive, team-oriented team. But it's tough, no matter how good you are, to go on your first, these freshmen, the first road game in the SEC play is a different animal.
Tompkins, free throw on the way, good. When he said it too, Calipari said it earlier, every place they go, it's the other team's Super Bowl.
No question about it.
I mean, when Kentucky comes to town, it's a big deal.
They've earned that right with all the success they've had. They've got a great program. They've got a heck of a team here.
Tompkins with 22, second free throw, up and in, nothing but net. 23 for Trey, 75-64, Dogs by 11. We can smell a win. Here's Knight for 3, launches one from NBA range, off the iron, rebounded by Tompkins, and another foul on Kentucky, and Trey will go back to the line. And they got Darius Miller. That's his 5th. Third player to foul out of the contest for Kentucky. And Tompkins back to the line. Up next, doesn't get any easier. The Dogs go on the road for the next 2 at Vanderbilt Wednesday night. 22nd ranked Commodores at South Carolina in their opener today. They're 11-2 going into that one. Tompkins free throw good. Trey with 24. That game will be 8 o'clock Wednesday night from Memorial Gymnasium in Nashville. We'll be on the air with you at 7:35 for our countdown to tip-off. Tompkins free throw good.
Don't chant that. Don't chant that.
No, don't. No, you want to build yourself
exactly
up.
Right.
They're not overrated. They're good. 77-64 Dogs. Here's Jones to the rack, and Tompkins fouled it. He made the shot. Count the basket. He'll get a free throw. Clock stopped with 41.7. Terrence Jones reaches 20 in the ball game. He's had 4 fouls for a while, and 3 guys have fouled out before him.
I tell you, him getting his 4th foul over the back with around the 9-minute mark to go in the game was huge for us. They had seen some of the momentum. He was driving to the hole hard. With him sitting out a lot of this last 9 minutes has really helped the Dogs.
Free throw is good by Jones. Dogs get it up the floor. Here's Leslie. Leslie to Ware. Ware splits a double team, curls around, Dogs running clock, less than 30 seconds to go. We've got to put it up once. Crowd on its feet starts to chant and roar. 15 to shoot. Georgia's head coach grabs his coat, puts it back on. Mission accomplished almost. Robinson tries to lay it up. It's rejected. Kentucky takes it away with 10, 9, with 7. Cats to Jones with 5, with 3. He'll launch a 3 and hit it. It's good. We got an inbound, and then that's the ball game. We run out the clock on the inbounds, and clock hits 0, and the Bulldogs have beaten the 10th-ranked Kentucky Wildcats in the SEC opener by a final of 77-70. Georgia wins its 9th straight ball game, longest winning streak since our Final Four team more than 2 decades ago. We're 12-2, 1-0 in the SEC, 8-0 at home, and winners over Kentucky here on this Saturday, 77-70. Slon, a terrific performance.
Oh, great performance. We executed the game plan perfectly in the first half, did the things that we want to do, played the way we wanted to play, got the big lead, weathered a storm. You know Kentucky's going to come back. They take the lead temporarily, very briefly, took it on us. But again, we answered it. Great timeout by Coach Fox. We answered every one of those baskets. We traded through the 50s and pulled away in the 60s.
77-70, our final. Dogs over the Wildcats. Stay tuned for the postgame show coming up next after this from Texaco.
Our exclusive coverage of Georgia basketball continues with the Regions Bank Locker Room Report. Regions Bank, official bank of the Southeastern Conference. The Regions Bank Locker Room Report is also brought to you by your Georgia Ford dealers, built Ford tough. Boswell Oil, keeping Northeast Georgia running smoothly. Bulldog Banking from Bank of America. Texaco, people who know cars trust the unbeatable cleaning power of Texaco with Techron. Georgia Power, official power source of the Georgia Bulldogs. Marathon Petroleum, fueling the American spirit. State Farm, all season long, State Farm's proud to be there as your Bulldog sponsor. And by SunTrust, live solid, bank solid. Once again to courtside, here's the voice of the Bulldogs, Scott Howard.
Crossover, gets by Lamb, goes to Leslie, send it into Tompkins, spin to the baseline, up with right hand, good! Tompkins sinks it! Trey with 20, timeout Kentucky! That's the AT&T call of the game. AT&T rethink possible. Dogs win it 77-70, along with the coach Mark Sloniker. Scott Howard back, Tony Schiavone, our producer engineer, as the Dogs improve to 12-2 on the year. A 9-game winning streak, and they're 1-0 in the SEC, winning our conference opener for the first time in 8 years. Things are going right for the Bulldogs in this program, and evidenced today by, a lot of different things. 25 points for Trey Tompkins. He was the leading scorer in the contest. Free throws were out of sight today, Schlon. 30 out of 34, an amazing 88% for a team that had been shooting 62% all season long.
Because Coach Fox and them coached them up a little bit last week. But that's great. That's how you win these kind of games. That's what good teams do. And, again, we showed that we're a veteran team. We showed a lot of poise tonight. You know, even though we built that lead so systematically over time, it was great. But, man, you know Kentucky's going to come back. And they did. And our kids answered it. We got a timeout. We settled back down, kept our composure, kept our poise. That's going to be very good for us as the season marches on.
This is the Regions Bank Locker Room Show as we continue live from Stegman Coliseum. Place was rocking today. It was a tremendous atmosphere, and it's time now for the State Farm Student Athlete of the Game. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Who do we like as our Student Athlete of the Game today?
Oh, a lot of candidates, and a lot of guys stepped up. Great team victory, but we got to go with Trey. Trey took advantage of those guys, got going early. He handled the double teams that were coming his way late when they got in foul trouble. We went to him. He finished 11 of 12 from the free throw line, 25 points, some big-time rebounds. Again, you could also give, Travis did great. Jeremy gets 10 rebounds. Gerald Robinson, boy, rediscovered himself. Got to the rim tonight, drew a lot of fouls, gets 10 free throw attempts, knocks down 9 of them. Great performances by a lot of guys, but we'll give it to Trey tonight.
Dogs shoot 45% for the game, 22 of 49. Perhaps more importantly, hold Kentucky to 38%. Cats were second in the league in field goal percentage at 47.5% coming into this game. So the Dogs defend well and beat Kentucky 77-70, our final score. Plenty more to come here on the Regions Bank Locker Room Show. We'll talk with the winning head coach today, Coach Mark Fox, in just a few moments from the winning Georgia locker room. Also, David Shoemate standing by in our Bulldog Network studios for scores and more updates. We want to remind you to tune in every Monday night for the Bulldog Hotline with Coach Fox. We're live this year from Applebee's in Athens. You can be a part of the live audience and have a chance to meet Coach Fox. We will not.
This broadcast of University of Georgia basketball is authorized under rights granted to IMG College by the University of Georgia and is intended solely for the entertainment of our listening audience. Any publication, rebroadcast, retransmission, or commercial use of the descriptions and accounts of this game without the express written consent of IMG College and the University of Georgia is prohibited. The announcers are selected by IMG College and approved by the University of Georgia.
Now Liggins drives, feeds Harrelson. We block it. Ball bouncing loose. Picked up by Jones. Heat strip. Ware has it up the floor, right to left. No look dish to the right. Here's Robinson with a dunk after the feed from Dustin Ware. John Calipari is irate and a timeout.
It came early. It put the Dogs up 4-0. It's our Texaco star defensive play of the game. People who know cars trust the unbeatable cleaning power of Texaco with Techron to clean vital engine parts to help their cars running great. Texaco with Techron. Dogs stunned Kentucky today, 77-70. They improved to 12-2, now 1-0 to start SEC play. Our next broadcast comes your way on Wednesday night as Georgia visits Vanderbilt. It's an 8 o'clock tip from Memorial Gym, and we'll have pregame coverage along the network beginning at 7:35. So for Scott Howard, Mark Sloniker, Tony Schiavone, and our entire IMG College crew, I'm David Shoemate. We'll talk to you on Wednesday night.
You've been listening to the Regions Bank Locker Room Report on the Bulldog Sports Network from IMG College. Regions Bank, official bank of the Southeastern Conference. Today's game has also been brought to you by AirTran. Go, there's nothing stopping you. Boswell Oil, keeping Northeast Georgia running smoothly. Verizon, your signal reigns on America's largest and most reliable wireless network. By Bulldog Banking from Bank of America. By Georgia Farm Bureau and Farm Bureau Insurance. Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Charter Communications, get the fastest internet speeds in the area with Charter's ultra-fast Ultra 60. Call 888-GET-CHARTER or go to charter.com/ultra for more information. Texaco, people who know cars trust the unbeatable cleaning power of Texaco with Techron. By AT&T, find out what's possible with the nation's fastest mobile broadband network. AT&T, rethink possible. Georgia Power, official power source of the Georgia Bulldogs. Marathon Petroleum, fueling the American spirit. By Kroger, more value for the way you live. State Farm, all season long, State Farm's proud to be there as your Bulldog sponsor. And by SunTrust, live solid, bank solid. The executive producers of the Georgia Sports Network from IMG College are Ted Forstman, George Pine, and Ben Sutton. Associate producers Tom Stoltz and Jeff Huffman. Network manager David Shoemate. Staff announcer Carl Shannon. A special thanks to the University of Georgia, Athletics Director Greg McGarity, and Associate Sports Communications Director Tim Hicks. Also to the staff and management of flagship stations WRFC-AM, WNGC-FM, and WPUP-FM in Athens. Be sure to join us Mondays at 8 p.m. for the Bulldog Hotline. University of Georgia Basketball is an exclusive presentation of IMG College.